Aries, welcome to your weekly Sidereal Astrology forecast. This is for September 19th to the 25th of 2016. I'm Athen, and this is for Sidereal Astrology. If you are new to the channel, be sure to check out the link down below because the signs are different. All right, so Aries, this week, a sort of lifting up week. As you can see here in the transit graph, we've got Saturn lifting up from that square up to Neptune, probably giving a bit of clarity and a bit of lifting up of what may have been a more nebulous, foggy, or possibly confusing first half of the month. So that's lifting up. We are going to be in the third quarter phase of the lunar cycle, of this eclipse cycle. So it is a good week to challenge ourselves, but there's a lot of supportive energy to do that. We've got Mercury going direct here this week. Mercury, while station, is trining up to Pluto. Very nice aspect there. Beginning of the week, we have Venus sextiling up to your ruler Mars, and the week tops off with the sun over expansive Jupiter. So let's go ahead and look at this, how it'll be unfolding essentially here on Monday. Venus sextiling up to your ruler. You guys could be maybe feeling good, looking good. It's not a major aspect, but it's certainly nice, and I think it could be lifting up what has been this intentfulness on getting down to the bottom of things. You know, your ruler has been in the 8th house, will be shifting into your 9th this weekend, which I'll talk about. But this early part, maybe a good bit of depth, good openness, vulnerability, all these deeper things in life, and maybe even some support too with your routine. Venus has been in here helping you see the beauty and the value of your routine. Maybe your work, maybe relationships through work could be harmonious, that kind of a thing. So then as the week unfolds, we do have Mercury slowing down, going direct. And this is all in the area that we had or we're still having this whole eclipse cycle. So this is your 5th house. It's the house of your self-expression. It's about creativity. It's about learning more about that inner flame. And so now there's this shift with this. And a lot of the things you have learned these past few weeks regarding what you enjoy, regarding your self-expression, your creativity, entertainment, etc., is starting to move forward. So it's a good middle part to just sort of pause for a second, kind of reflect on what you've learned, and as the week unfolds, especially going into next week, a lot of this forward-moving energy for you to express yourself. But remember, there is this North Node here, which is all about learning. So the more open you are to learning about, again, your self-expression, the better. All right, and that's another great area to challenge yourself with this week, just because we will be in the third quarter phase, emphasizing that we may need to will ourselves to maybe move some things forward regarding, for you, that 5th house. All right, so that's going to be midweek. Then over the weekend, Mars, your ruler, shifts into the 9th, and so there's a transformation happening with you this week, especially with Mars going over that galactic center. So by the end of the week, you guys are probably feeling a bit more expansive. It has been a deeper time with all that 8th house energy with your ruler there, although not the most, it's still comfortable for Mars. It's his natural house, but in expansive Sagittarius, certainly lifting things up. So going into next week, you could be feeling perhaps a desire to study philosophy, maybe do some light traveling, maybe connecting to nature. These kinds of more expansive views of life can be very good, and it's all coming from what may have been this transformation over these past couple months. All right, actually longer, because Mars went retrograde there, so it's been a while. Now, the sun is going to be conjoining up to Jupiter going into Monday. I do want to mention this. So on Sunday, there could be maybe a bit of this expansive view about your work, maybe about your routine, and all in all, just remembering that even this whole week, it's this excellent time for you, even for the next year, year and a half, to cultivate your work, to work on your personal development, your self-improvement, all these day-to-day things, because that's where the opportunities are. That's where you're able to see opportunities, and perhaps over the weekend, maybe seeing some of those potentials there. All right, so Aries, that's the week in a nutshell. Essentially, the most eventful things this week is at the beginning, a sextile with your ruler and Venus, perhaps bringing in a bit of this harmony, an opportunity there, maybe to connect deeply as well as maybe get things done and maybe establish some more of those connections through your work. Now, as we go into Wednesday and Thursday, Mercury goes direct, this shift with your self-expression, right? All this stuff you've learned about your self-expression now starting to move forward. You can certainly implement that going into the coming weeks. Saturday over the weekend, your ruler shifts into the ninth. Definitely this shift of expansion, the transformation process of going from the cocoon phase, the butterfly, the cocoon phase, going into the butterfly expansive phase of that top-down perspective, and maybe tapping into a bit of that optimistic, big picture worldview. One thing I want to mention too about this Mercury retrograde is that trine to Pluto is already in that ninth house. So there is this lots of positive energy for you to see things differently, maybe express yourself in this more expansive view as well. All right, so Aries, have a fantastic week. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next week.